There you go.
Okay, I'm sorry, I feel weird talking to a room full of people with my back. My name's Leslie Smith, Leslie Landry Smith. I was born and raised here. I worked with Carrie Stansberry in tourism for a few years, and then I became an educator at Morgan City High School, my alma mater. I know you know everything. You're a researching fellow, right? You've done the presentation, you've done the proposal, you've done all the work. I'd like to speak on behalf of the youth. We have a couple of my students here in the back, in fact, and former students. Christina Williams is here. She would like to present a letter of support that she wrote as well. But I want to talk about how I see at Morgan City High School, we have a lot of cultural diversity, and somebody else mentioned that. We have that here. We have a lot of cultural diversity. But we don't have very much that links them all together, even though it's right under their noses. And like Dr. Twilley said in his presentation earlier, there's stories to tell. There's stories to tell to themselves, stories to tell to others, and stories to tell on a national level. And I feel like that giving them that common experience and having a NERR here, which by the way, we need a t-shirt. The NERR should be here to say Mary Parish. It's on. And on the back, I'm excited. Yeah. All right, we need that. But they, in the past 15 years, I teach seniors. He wants to speak?
No. People are not leaving when the not talking. Go ahead.
Okay.
He wants
So, he wants a t-shirt, maybe that's it. So, what I see, I teach seniors and I know where they go to school, I know what they plan to major in. In the 15 years that I've been teaching, I've had one student say she wanted to major in marine biology. She ended up going to LSU, and the only reason why I believe is because her mother had prior experience in marine biology. We have Nichols State University that's about 27 miles from us here. We have a lot of students who commute there for financial reasons or of responsibilities at home. We have a lot of students who go there, and yet they never consider the biology department in that way. And we have this whole ecosystem right here, and this natural beauty here, right in front of them, and it's not on their radar because we aren't putting them out there. We have lots of boat docks. You're right, we do, but we don't have access to that, and the students don't have access to that unless they have a camp, unless they live on the water, unless their parents are fishers or hunters, which most of my students, we polled them, are not.
Right.
They don't have access to the natural beauty. What do? They go sit on a seawall, and that's about it. That's where they go to access, and we need to provide that education for them. We need to let them know that there are options, that there are valid jobs that they could come back here for. They want to leave. They don't know what else to major in or how to make money. They feel like they have to leave our area. And we want them to stay. We want them to raise their families here. We want them to feel connected to the state and the place that raised them. We need this here. We really, really do. I'm passionate about it. For my students, for myself, I decided to come back here. My parents raised me here. I'm here with them. I will raise my children here. We need something here like this. All right, thanks.
Just building on what you're talking about here. I mean, you've all. I mean, thank you all for the passion that you have. It's really just uplifting. I mean, to be in a room where everybody is this passionate about this process and what it can mean for here and why it should be here. But a few things that have come up with a few of you, just then we'll let you go on here. Usually I'm like trying to give questions and I don't have to. You guys just get it's the easiest job I've ever had in my life in terms of being in a group and moderating something. But, you know, a lot of what Dr. Twilley, presented in here and also in Kristen's presentation, and I briefly highlighted on it, trying to get to what your feedback is the NERR has a lot of different facets of what a NERR is about, and giving opportunities and unique opportunities for people to get engaged with that natural environment is a very important part. And so trying to facilitate ways, I mean, if you go and you look at the different NERR sites, one of the things that we don't have to reinvent the wheel. There are a large number of these NERR sites, obviously we're this gaping hole and we're trying to fill here in this national network of NERR sites, but they have extensive number of education outreach programs and opportunities. And so one of the things that you can do with that is you don't have to try to figure out things. You can kind of see what things work and don't work, and then try it out here and see how they work and try to get that feedback. But to try to give people different ways to have opportunity to be exposed to the natural estuaries, and obviously this is a model for that.